Now on CoastTV News.
Open seat showdown. The Republican candidates for Delaware House District 41 make their case just weeks ahead of the state primary.
Plus, sports complex saga. The future of these plans now in doubt in Ocean City.
It's going to be a good old-fashioned summer day on Delmarva with a slight chance of an isolated storm this afternoon, tracking sunshine through Wednesday, then unsettled late week.
And safer circle setting.
It's important that they come back to the circle.
How Georgetown developed its plan to protect memorials honoring law enforcement members who lost their lives.
This is CoastTV News Today.
And we are in our 6 o'clock hour. Good morning. I'm Matt Pensick.
Good morning, Matt. I'm Grace Eckerly. Thank you for being up with us on this Tuesday morning. It is August 18th, 2026.
Yeah, I keep seeing those back to school ads.
Yeah.
Number of schools in our area going back next week.
Ooh.
We only have a couple days.
Oh my goodness. That's like the official turn of the seasons right there. We didn't have to wait till late September when it's technically fall. You know what? Once the pumpkin spice drinks come out and back to school
Are they
season
out?
hits,
I haven't noticed.
I think it's next week.
Is it?
I want to say I have heard rumors that if you go to a Dunkin' Donuts and you say, I know you already have the pumpkin, can I please get it? Sometimes they let you get it, but I don't want to push my luck. I'll wait till they actually come out. But back to school is a very exciting time of year. You always got the new school supplies and such. Did you ever have like a fun backpack when you were younger?
I think we touched upon this last week. I had a fun lunch thing.
A lunchbox.
Because it had all the NFL logos on it. So that was very exciting for me.
And back then there were probably, what, 4 NFL teams?
There were 28. But Chris, you could appreciate the, being, it was a humble brag, like, hey, I got the NFL lunch bag here.
Oh, I think I had the NFL ruler with all the NFL teams on it. That was some good times back there. And as we take a live look into St. Michael's from the Goudreau Law Firm camera, pretty good, nice start to our morning there. No fog to speak of there, but we are seeing partly cloudy skies. You can see most of the fog right through the spine of the peninsula, right through portions of Wicomico, Sussex County, in through Worcester County. Visibility as low as a half a mile this morning, and that's due in part to the rain we had last night. That thunderstorm activity dropping a little extra moisture along the surface. Now we have the cold front to our north. We're going to see those winds shift out of the north through the day today, but we're still expecting quite a warm and humid day across the area with the chance of an isolated shower or thunderstorm as we go into the afternoon. Right now we're at 74 Bethany, 73 in Milford as well as in Redden. Dew points are still in the low 70s, and then we have those temperatures rising to 83 by around noon on our way to highs in the upper 80s. We'll talk about some stormy weather, though, to end the week coming up in that full forecast.
All right, thank you, Chris. And our top story this hour, 3 candidates facing off Monday night in a forum. This is for Delaware's 41st District's Republican primary.
If you did not know, District 41 covers areas around Millsboro, Dagsboro, Frankfort, and Gumboro.
And for the last 12 years, the district has been represented by Republican Rich Collins. Now, with Collins stepping down, the seat's open. Doug Conaway, a veteran and retired Delaware State Police trooper, is a newcomer to politics. Similar situation for Jackie Slonin, who has experience in marketing and a criminal justice degree at Del Tech.
John Atkins represented District 41 before combining for 10 years as a Republican and Democrat, splitting time between 2002 and 2014. Each are making their case to voters.
As the people on the other side willing to talk to me is that I'm very approachable. They're going to find that I'm very honest. I'm very forthright. I'm not in there to play political games.
I think I can go up, establish relationships with some Democrats, and we can work together on a common goal that benefits the people of Delaware, not just Republicans or Democrats, but it benefits everybody in the state.
Hopefully I could restore some common sense solutions and bring them back here and deliver for Sussex County.
And again, we have 3 Republican candidates vying for the 41st district seat.
Whoever wins the Republican primary will then face Democrat Ryan Stuckey. Some things to know: John Atkins has a long and controversial history in Delaware politics. He first served in the state house as a Republican, but resigned in 2007 after fallout from an Ocean City traffic stop.
The Draper Media reported back then a breath test showed his blood alcohol level at 0.14, though he was not arrested or cited for DUI. Atkins also flashed his legislative ID to officers to try and get leniency.
He later switched to the Democratic Party, won the seat back in 2008, and served until 2014. Atkins has also faced domestic violence-related charges.
A 2016 case was later dropped, while in 2018 he pleaded guilty to third-degree assault and breach of release charges, serving 22 days in jail and receiving a year of probation. Happening today, if you missed Monday night's forum, voters have another opportunity to hear from those 3 Republican candidates running for the open house seat. According to the Delaware State Chamber of Commerce, Atkins, Conaway, and Slonin, they're set to take part in a candidate forum in just a few hours. That's at the Roxana Volunteer Fire Company starting at 8:30 a.m. And for more information on last night's forum, the 3 candidates, as well as who is running on the Democratic side, head to CoastTV.com.
We've covered which Republicans are vying for that seat. Now for information from the Democratic side. Democrat Ryan Stuckey is running unopposed in his party's primary, and if Stuckey were to win in November, Democrats would move from 27 to 28 seats in the 41-member House, reaching a 2/3 supermajority. That could give Democrats enough votes for certain actions that require 2/3 votes, including expelling a House member and proposing constitutional amendments.
And next, Delaware's 2026 primary election is set for Tuesday, September 15th. Polls will open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Early voting begins September 2nd and runs through the 13th. There's no early voting for the 6th or 7th. That's because of the Labor Day holiday. Delaware does have closed primaries. That means Democrats vote in the Democratic primary and Republicans vote in the Republican primary only.
We are now taking a live look into Ocean City this morning as the sun has yet to come up. This is a scene here where a highly debated project took center stage at Monday night's town council meeting, with people raising concerns while others expressing support. New this morning, plans for a new sports complex in Worcester County will not move forward just yet. Monday night, Ocean City leaders discussed a proposal that called for the town to purchase about 190 acres of land along Route 50, just 2 miles west of Berlin. Ocean City says the town does not have enough land to accommodate a sports complex this size. Ocean City Mayor Rick Meehan favors the project and previously said this could be a positive for Berlin. However, some concerns were raised by people and some council members about the amount of money and impacts to farmland.
2 memorials on the Georgetown Circle are being reinstalled. Both fallen patrolman Chad Spicer's memorial and fallen former police chief Harvey Gregg's memorial were hit by cars. Georgetown town manager Gene Dvornik says the placement of the new memorials was recommended by the Georgetown Circle Advisory Committee, and they will be deeper inside the circle.
I think number one, it's important that they come back to the circle. I think number two, the whole process with the Circle Advisory Committee, it was a great cooperation by residents, stakeholders with the monuments, and also DelDOT helped us a lot with adding, they did a light study, identified where the darkest spots coming into the circle were.
Dvornik added that the monuments should be installed soon.
Hawaii is still reeling from the aftermath of Hurricane Lala. Just days after Lala passed through as a hurricane and tropical storm, some residents still in the dark. You can see the restoration efforts here from that severe weather. Now, Hawaiian electric crews have been working to restore power for thousands of homes, and officials say that reinforcements are on the way to help speed up the process.
And this just in this morning, as the war with Iran nears the 6-month mark, the 60-day deadline to end the fighting came and went with no ceasefire.
NBC's Bianca Fascini shows us what the president is saying about new threats, military concerns, and foreign diplomacy.
60 days later and still no peace agreement between the U.S. and Iran.
They want to make a deal, but they're not going to make the kind of a deal that I feel is necessary. It's very simple. They can't have a nuclear weapon. It's signed, yeah. It's signed.
Both countries signed a memorandum back in June and seem even further apart now. Meanwhile, traffic in the Strait of Hormuz has slowed to a crawl, keeping gas prices high and the GOP on edge ahead of the midterms.
Everybody in the world has an interest in the Strait of Hormuz being open for commerce, and so I believe we'll be getting into a new phase of that where we can calm this down, that will hold gas prices down to planet Earth.
Jared Kushner, the president's son-in-law and special envoy, says a deal is still on the table.
He'll make the right deal when the right deal is ready.
Though the deadline for an agreement comes as the U.S. faces rising tension with key allies. The president said he would bomb Oman if it gets in the way of a deal with Iran, according to an interview with Fox News. He also recently announced the U.S. would scale back joint military exercises with South Korea.
They said, wait a minute, we have 39,000 soldiers over there guarding you from Kim Jong-un, your next door neighbor, and you're not going to help us on a very easy military operation in Iran? That's strange.
And elsewhere in the Middle East, progress is stalling on the Gaza peace deal, too. Kushner met with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Monday to discuss the U.S.-backed peace plan, which has yet to be ratified. In Washington, Bianca Fascini, NBC News.
Back here at home, new this morning, happening this week in Milford. Delaware small business owners can share their experience and offer feedback to help improve programs and support systems. The Office of New Americans, Delaware, and Office of Small Business will hold a listening session tomorrow. Organizers say the gathering will take place in Spanish. It's happening in the Milford Police Department at 4 o'clock.
As summer comes to a close, Salisbury officials are preparing for Labor Day. According to the city, the offices are closed Monday, September 7th. That's for the holiday. Trash collection scheduled for that Monday. It's moving to Tuesday, September 8th. Got some good news about the zoo. The Salisbury Zoo will remain open on Labor Day.
We're just getting started here on this hour of CoastTV News Today.
Coming up, back to school support, how one organization in Cambridge is helping parents with essentials students need to excel in the classroom.
Plus, a data center debate. More municipalities are taking up the possibility, or lack thereof, of these buildings in their communities.
Also, auction for a cause, how one company turned a side gig into a way to give back. And Grace, it's time.
Woohoo!
We're activating Chris Cam. There he is.
Yeah, Chris.
First alert meteorologist Chris Masterbono on the Weather Center. He's working on a little toasty feel today for us. We check in with Chris next.
Hope your Tuesday morning is off to a fantastic start. We got our airplane shot here above the fog in Laurel from our Tyndall's Casual Furniture Cam. Waiting for that sun to rise. 6:18 this morning, 74 right now in Laurel, and you can see that fog across much of Kent and Sussex counties as well down through the lower shore. Mild start in the 70s. We have a cold front that's slowly sinking southward. It's going to shift the wind direction. Not going to do much for our temperatures, though. You can see we're still in the upper 80s this afternoon as the humidity slowly begins to mix out. You can always call our Coast TV First Alert Weather phone for your latest forecast.
Thank you, Chris. Now the Milton Public Library is offering one-on-one help with computers and cell phones. The clinic is today, August 18th from 10 a.m. to 12:30. As organizers say, the pre-registration is required and each clinic is about 30 minutes long.
New this morning, Milford will begin its hydrant flushing program on August 24th. The city says crews will flush hydrants that Monday through Friday between 7:30 a.m. and 3 p.m. with work continuing through September 14th. The flushing could temporarily discolor water in affected areas. The city recommends running cold water for about 5 minutes or until it runs clear before using it.
For decades, signs along the Ocean City Boardwalk pointed people in the right direction. Coast TV's Drew Bellinger shows us how when it came time to replace hundreds of signs, one company stepped up to make sure those old memorable signs got a second life.
Before a sign ever tells you where to go or holds one of your favorite memories, it has to start with an idea. And at Plaque That, a regular piece of sheet metal becomes something much more recognizable, creating custom signs for businesses and even towns. Owner of Plaque That, Wyatt Harrison, says the company originated as a side hustle doing custom orders.
I would collect up orders from friends and family and then launched the website, and then it just kind of snowballed, and I had good timing from like 2012 to about 2018. And then some of the really big companies like the Shutterfly and stuff like that all jumped in.
But getting from an idea to a finished product takes a few steps.
So here's how it works. They'll get a signed order and print it out on this huge machine here, and then if need be, they'll take it over here where it gets laminated. Once it gets printed out and laminated, it will come over here into this other room where they cut it to the size that the customer wants. Then it goes from the cutting board and into this truck where they ship it off to the customer.
After years of building up the company, an opportunity from the town of Ocean City opened up that was anything but typical. A bid for a contract to create new signs for the boardwalk.
We submitted a bid and ended up being the lowest bidder, and then went on to be the successful vendor that the town chose. They didn't have to go with the lowest, but they did. And we were that person.
But replacing the signs created another question. What happens to the old ones?
So many people were asking me for the old ones. Like, they wanted to buy them from me, like right on the boardwalk. Like, we're taking it down and they were like, how much for that? Like,
the unusual demand for signs gave them an idea. Rather than let them collect dust, Plaque That put hundreds of these old signs up for auction, which they say could have raised over $10,000 for a foundation supporting critically ill children.
You know, I have a 3-year-old with another one on the way, and to even just think about what these families are going through has given me a newfound appreciation for everything that that organization does and everything that those families are going through. And so that was an easy pick for me.
Which started with a sheet metal side hustle, ended with a reminder that sometimes what you make matters less than what you give back. For the Ties That Bind Us, I'm Drew Bellinger.
Time is 6:21, and you are looking live at cloudy skies over the canal in Lewis. And Chris, we do have fog in some areas, but there'll be plenty of sunshine once that fog burns off.
Yeah, we're actually looking at a pretty decent day. Temperatures similar to what we had yesterday in the upper 80s. I can't completely rule out an isolated storm as we go into the afternoon, as we're high above the fog here from our Tyndall's Casual Furniture Cam in Laurel. 74 degrees. You can see that fog visibility beginning to improve. We were as low as a quarter of a mile there through portions of Salisbury, and we can see some of those interior spots, still seeing some low fog this morning away from the coast. Right now we're at 74 in Georgetown, 75 in Bethany Beach with relatively calm winds across the area this morning. You can see dew points have not budged much. We're still in the low 70s, hoping to get those dew points in the mid 60s over the course of the next 2 days, thanks to a northerly wind behind this front that's still off to our north. We have high pressure. It's going to be building in, weak high pressure, and then this front is going to sink southward through the day Thursday and provide us with another chance of scattered showers and storms. Highs today 88 in Georgetown to Milford, 88 in Cambridge with a northwest wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, 85 Berlin to 83 in Chincoteague. And consider those dew points get into the mid 60s, low to mid 60s as we go into Wednesday. And then we're right back up into the 70s as far as the dew points are concerned by the end of the week. There's that isolated pop-up sea breeze shower or thunderstorm as we go into the afternoon time frame. Most of the region will be dry. As we see those precipitation chances, the rain ramps up into Thursday, especially by the afternoon. And then unfortunately, we carry that unsettled weather over into the weekend. So as that cold front sinks southward into Thursday, we'll see scattered showers and thunderstorms break out, some of which could be on the isolated strong to severe side as we go into Thursday evening. So you can see the Storm Prediction Center already beginning to highlight portion of the peninsula, Sussex County on points southward for that threat of an isolated storm. So the front, still a lot of question marks as to what it's going to do, how far it stalls to our south, but we're expecting an area of low pressure to ride along that front late Friday night. So most of Friday I think is dry, but by Friday night we'll see a period of rain into Saturday morning. We get the steadiest rain out of here, and then we're looking at mostly cloudy skies through the weekend with spotty on and off shower and thunderstorms at least through Sunday, and then we finally shed the unsettled weather pattern into the early part of next week. But temperatures are going to be dropping behind the front Thursday, and with that front around, a lot of clouds, scattered showers and storms. Temperatures are going to stay really in the low 80s from Friday through the early part of next week.
All right, thank you, Chris. Dover City Council is considering a proposed 18-month moratorium on new data center projects. The pause would give the city time to study the potential impacts and develop permanent regulations. A city council committee voted unanimously to send the ordinance to the full council, saying it wants to balance the potential benefits of data centers with the costs they could bring.
We also don't want to say yes to prematurely to something that will hurt economic growth, jobs, and basically seniors, families bear the burden of higher electric rates and water rates.
Dover City Council is expected to discuss the moratorium proposal in September with a final decision coming later this fall.
Next, a packed Harrington City Council meeting Monday night with community members speaking out for nearly an hour against a proposed data center ordinance. Many neighbors voicing their frustrations and concerns about what allowing data centers could mean for the city. If passed, the ordinance would have added data centers as a conditional use in Harrington's manufacturing zone.
Main concern with this is, for one thing, is the noise. From what I've been reading up on some literature and stuff, it's going to be a constant hum.
Following public comment, the vote was unanimous to deny the ordinance. Harrington City Council says the decision came down to what they believed was best for the residents.
Up next on Coast TV News Today, back to school support, how help from One Delmarva nonprofit is impacting local families ahead of the new school year. We'll be right back.
We are now taking a live look at Cambridge with views of the Choptank River early this morning. A beautiful sight here, and students and families now preparing for a new school year today with a local nonprofit even helping to send them off with a good start. Eastern Shore Wellness Solutions hosted its 10th annual Back to School Readiness event in Cambridge, and on top of that, handing out school supplies like backpacks. The nonprofit even supplied families with new shoes, clothes, and hairstyles. Some families saying that this help is lightening their load.
The backpacks, the school supplies, the shoes, the haircut, all that, it saved me from having to spend that money that I didn't even have, honestly. So it definitely helps a lot.
Our goal is always to serve the families in the community, and so we saw that parents needed to not only get school supplies, but they also needed the additional services like clothing and shoes, and so we wanted to help assist families.
Eastern Shore Wellness Solutions says it's hoping to offer sports physicals and vaccinations next year. Now over to Matt and Chris in the Weather Center.
Okay, jellyfish getting national attention from what's occurring in Ocean City. You can see it's related to the warm water temperatures. But Chris, check out what's going on in the Chesapeake Bay. This is what you have on your map here.
That's like bath water, right? Lower to mid-80s there through the Chesapeake, and we're going to continue to see those warm ocean temperatures today. So if you're heading out, we're looking at a really nice afternoon, a mix of sun and clouds, get those temperatures in the low 80s. But we do have that chance of an isolated shower with the sea breeze as we go through the afternoon time frame. So don't be surprised if we see a pop-up storm across the area. A lesser chance through Cambridge and Crisfield with temperatures in the mid to upper 80s.
Thank you both. Now coming up after the break on Coast TV News Today. Hollywood mourns Hayden Panettiere. People in the home state of South Carolina now remembering the actress.
Plus, candidates state their case, how people in parts of Sussex County can hear from Republicans running for an open House seat in the General Assembly.
Plus, sports complex conversation, the outcome of discussions in Ocean City surrounding the highly debated project. Coast TV News Today will continue after the break.
Now on Coast TV News.
Complex future in doubt. What came out of Monday's Ocean City Council meeting to build a facility near Berlin?
Plus, candidates clash. The pitch from those running in the GOP primary of a key Delaware State House race.
Also, Destination Delaware, the shelter pets from California, getting a second chance in the first state.
It's going to be a good old-fashioned summer day on Delmarva with a slight chance of an isolated storm this afternoon, tracking sunshine through Wednesday, then unsettled late week.
This is Coast TV News Today.
August 18th, 2026. Good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Pensick. Good morning, Grace.
Good morning, Matt. I'm Grace Eckerly. Thank you for being up with us on this lovely Tuesday morning.
6:33 a.m. and we've been talking about the back-to-school ramp-up. One thing that we normally see during this time of the year, there's a slight dip in the number of visitors visiting our area, and then we get that one big final push for Labor Day weekend.
Very exciting. Are you excited for Labor Day?
No.
What?
It's the unofficial end of summer, Grace. You know how I'm the endless summer type of guy.
But Labor Day still is a summer. I would argue that Labor Day is a nicer day at the beach than Memorial Day weekend. Memorial Day weekend, we still remember, was grotesque outside. It was gray, it was cold, it was rainy. Labor Day, I'm sure, is going to be beautiful. It's going to be warm. You can boogie board. The ocean's warm. Despite the jellyfish, we will overlook that for right now. And then you go back to school.
Yeah. All right. Well, Chris, if you can guarantee me fantastic weather for Labor Day weekend, I might reconsider.
I'll see what I can do. I'm going to work that up for you, Matt, as we take a live look into St. Michael's from the Goudreau Law Firm camera. Beautiful shot here of the sun rising. We're at 74 degrees in St. Michael's. Fog has been more of an issue further inland through Sussex County, down through portions of Wicomico and Worcester counties, where the visibility is beginning to improve at this hour. We have partly cloudy skies across the region. Now, the front pushing through the area, what that front's going to do is basically going to shift our wind direction. Winds are pretty calm at the moment, but we're going to see more northerly winds and then eventually a light east wind with that sea breeze kicking in this afternoon. We could see an isolated shower or thunderstorm. We're at 74 in Long Neck as well as in Georgetown, and those dew points still in the muggy range in the lower 70s. A mix of sun and clouds through our afternoon. Another warm day with highs in the upper 80s. Your full 70 forecast here in a few minutes.
We are now taking a live look into Ocean City. Check out the view here this morning. Well, it's quiet, but last night, a highly debated project took center stage at Monday night's town council meeting, with people raising concerns while others expressing support. Our top story this half hour: plans for a new sports complex in Worcester County will not move forward just yet. Monday night, Ocean City leaders discussing a proposal that called for the town to purchase 193 acres of land along Route 50, just 2 miles west of Berlin. Ocean City says the town does not have enough land to accommodate a sports complex of this size. However, Bob Arthur, who lives and works across the street from the proposed site, says he has his concerns.
All these people have been here for generations, and it's always been a rural area. Ocean City's not rural. We get it. Keep Ocean City where Ocean City is. I mean, if you would live somewhere for 32 years and all of a sudden they're going to put this mega buildings and all this stuff up and all this infrastructure, that would be a shock.
Ocean City Mayor Rick Meehan had been in favor of the project and previously said this could be a positive for Berlin.
3 candidates facing off Monday night in a forum for Delaware's 41st District's Republican primary.
If you did not know, District 41 covers areas around Millsboro, Dagsboro, Frankfort, and Gumboro.
And for the last 12 years, that district has been represented by Republican Rich Collins. Now, Collins is stepping down. The seat's open. Doug Conaway, a veteran and retired Delaware State Police trooper, is a newcomer to politics. Similar situation for Jackie Slonin, who has experience in marketing and a criminal justice degree at Del Tech.
John Atkins represented District 41 before combining for 10 years as a Republican and Democrat, splitting time between 2002 and 2014. Whoever wins the Republican primary will then face Democrat Ryan Stuckey. Happening today, if you missed Monday night's forum, voters have another opportunity to hear from those 3 Republican candidates running for the open house seat. According to the Delaware State Chamber of Commerce, Atkins, Conaway, and Slonin set to take part in a candidate forum in just a few hours from now. It's all taking place at the Roxana Volunteer Fire Company starting at 8:30 a.m.
Yeah, we just mentioned Stuckey. Here's some more information on the Democratic side. Ryan Stuckey is running for that seat unopposed in his party's primary. If Stuckey were to win in November, Democrats, they would move from 27 to 28 seats in the 41-member House. That would give them a 2/3 supermajority, and that could give Democrats enough votes for certain actions that require a 2/3 vote, including expelling a House member and proposing constitutional amendments.
This just in as the war between the U.S. and Iran nears the 6-month mark. The 60-day deadline to end fighting came and went with no ceasefire. Both countries signed a memorandum back in June and seem even further apart now. Meanwhile, traffic in the Strait of Hormuz has slowed to a crawl, keeping gas prices high and the GOP on edge ahead of the midterms.
2 memorials on the Georgetown Circle are getting reinstalled. Both fallen patrolman Chad Spicer's memorial and fallen former Police Chief Harvey Gregg's memorial. They were hit by cars. And Georgetown Town Manager Gene DeBarnick says the placement of the new memorials was recommended by the Georgetown Circle Advisory Committee. They're going deeper into the circle for these. DeBarnick added that the monument should be installed soon. New overnight, Hollywood and fans of Hayden Panettiere are still reacting to the actress's sudden death over the weekend. She was found in cardiac arrest Sunday at a home in South Carolina.
Reed Binion showing us how people are remembering the actress.
I knew that she had come up in acting, was a big fan of hers from Nashville, and it was just so sudden.
Fans shocked and saddened by the death of actress Hayden Panettiere over the weekend.
Watching Hayden growing up in all the movies and TV shows, it kind of hit very close to home.
Panettiere, known for her roles in the series Heroes and the show Nashville, was found unresponsive Sunday at a residence in South Carolina where she had been temporarily staying, according to the Greenville County Coroner's Office. Authorities say emergency personnel responded to a 911 call about a reported cardiac arrest.
Just a bunch of commotion in the hallway. I had just heard about someone collapsing.
First responders performed CPR and other measures but were unsuccessful. Panettiere was pronounced dead about a half hour after the emergency call.
My deepest condolences. That is so unfortunate to hear. So young at 36 years old and so accomplished.
Panettiere released a memoir earlier this year. In it, she reflected on growing up as a child star, as well as confronting postpartum depression, addiction, recovery, and domestic abuse. Her candor about those topics was something fans appreciated.
Celebrities they're different, but they also are people just like us, and they have challenges, health challenges, and mental health challenges and issues just like us.
I'm Reed Binion reporting.
And we have a lot more news to get to in this final half hour. Don't go anywhere.
Coming up, rescued from overcrowding, where these dogs are headed next, and the star-studded event they attended to raise awareness for adoption.
And Phillies finding their footing. The Fightins look to continue their winning ways as they open a homestand against the Marlins. CoastTV News Today is back after this.
Good Tuesday morning. Delmarva taking a live look from our Irish Eyes camera in Lewis, showing those low clouds across the area this morning along the coast, 74 degrees, and we're beginning to see the visibility improve across the area. That fog has been primarily across Sussex County and the lower shore. We're at 74 in Cambridge as well as in Salisbury. We are dry across the area, and that's where we're going to stay most of the day, but can't completely rule out an isolated shower as we go into the afternoon with the sea breeze kicking in through Lewis, Rehoboth, and Ocean City. Temperatures in the 80s. And congratulations to John Moore of Millsboro, Delaware, on winning an umbrella from CoastTV.
A man has been arrested after an early Monday morning armed robbery in Ocean City. Police say 47-year-old Troy Evans went into a motel near 71st Street. This was around 1:45 a.m. He pulled out a knife and demanded money from an employee. Investigators say Evans then left the motel and was found about 30 minutes later near 87th Street. Police say they found 2 knives and cash on him. Evans is now facing several felony charges, including armed robbery and first-degree assault.
New overnight, more than 50 dogs and puppies rescued from overcrowded shelters in Southern California are getting a second chance at finding homes. The Brandywine Valley SPCA says that a dozen of dogs made a special appearance Saturday at the Astra Awards, where they met celebrities and helped to raise awareness about pet adoption. The dogs are now heading to shelters and adoption locations in Pennsylvania and Delaware, where they will soon be available for their new families.
Good morning. We're getting close to the final month of MLB regular season. Let's head up to Citizens Bank Park to check in on those Phillies. He's starting off here in the bottom of the third inning. New acquisition, Luis Arias. Yeah, that's why Philly brought him in. He hits a single out into right field. Trey Turner comes around from second to score, and Philly has a 2-0 lead early in this game. We move along to the top of the sixth. Griffin Conine for the Marlins. Off Chris Sanchez, he bloops one out into left field. That one's going to get down. It's an RBI single, and the lead is cut to 1. It's 2-1 in the top of the sixth inning. But the Phillies would have an answer when Derek Hill would come to the plate with 2 on and 1 out, and he sends one right back from where it came. A run comes around from second to score, and Derek Hill has the Phillies up 3-1. The offense kind of been coming alive again. for Philadelphia. We move along to the top of the 7th. Little controversy here. Javier Sanoja, ground ball, might have been fair, might have been foul, who knows. Both the runners are going to come in to score. You see Bryce Harper there, he's kind of just walking into the corner because the first base umpire said it was a foul ball. But we're going to take another look in a second, just getting a look at Bryce Harper's pretty fire cleats. See here, the line drive down the line, and that thing catches the line. But the first base umpire signals a foul ball. Marlins, they want to have another look at it. The call was overturned, 2 runs would score, so it's 4-3 Phillies, but then bottom of the 8th, Phillies would put a bow on it. They'd go on to win 6-5, and maybe they're back to their winning ways here out in the city of brotherly love. That's going to do it for sports today. Have a good one, Delmarva.
And here's what's coming up tonight on DSN at 7. I got some high school football for you with Sussex Central and Middletown, and then you get the final score at 10:30.
If you're having a rough week, cheer up with a weekly dose of local good news from Coast TV with personal features, fun things to do each weekend, and more. You can sign up now for free at coasttv.com/signup and get your weekly dose of joy directly to your inbox on Friday. Plus, here's what you can look forward to this afternoon on Coast Life at 4 o'clock.
Hope you're having a good day so far here along coastal Delmarva. If you join us today at 4 on Coast Life, here's what's coming your way. We've got so many beautiful areas to take a stunning walk in and around Delaware's and Delmarva's beaches, and our friends at Cape Henlopen are no exception. That and more is coming your way today at 4 on Coast Life. We'll see you then.
Fog will give way to a mix of sun and clouds, back into the upper 80s. Lots of sunshine through Wednesday before we turn unsettled. Late week, I'll have more on the shower and storm chances next.
The time is now 6:50 a.m. as we are taking a live. Oh, wow, that is quite the view here. Maybe not the most beautiful morning on the coast, Chris, but we're crossing our fingers for maybe the rest of the week. It'll be beautiful.
Oh yeah, we just have a little fog this morning, and that camera is a little higher up there, so that fog's still pretty low at the surface. And we're seeing the cloudy skies here in Lewis, but along the mid-shore we have lots of sunshine, so we're waiting for that fog to burn off here further inland. 74 in Lewis. You can see that fog beginning to improve. We had visibilities as low as a quarter of a mile here just about an hour ago. We're at 74 in Milton, 72 in Harrington, 74 in Seaford at this hour with relatively calm winds. We'll see more of a northerly wind flow kick in through the afternoon, so you can see dew points are still in the low 70s, so we're hoping to get that humidity mixed down. I think we're going to see more of it as we go into the day tomorrow. So still on the muggy side today. We have weak high pressure pushing eastward, and then this frontal boundary is going to be dropping to the south and impacting us come Thursday. Looking at partly cloudy skies for our Tuesday, 88 degrees in Georgetown, 87 in Easton. We'll be in the mid 80s along the beaches. As I mentioned, those humidity levels begin to mix down, especially as we go into this evening through Wednesday, but you can see we're back up into the 70s as far as the dew point's concerned by late week. Few isolated pop-up sea breeze showers and thunderstorms are possible as we go into the afternoon. Not a complete, it's not going to be a widespread rain event, just more of an isolated type of issue. As we go into the overnight, we're looking at mainly clear skies into our Wednesday morning. By Thursday, you can see the precipitation chances ramp up and we stay unsettled really from Friday into the weekend. Now the cold front taking to Thursday now, we start off the day dry, scattered showers and thunderstorms break out through the afternoon. Some of them could be on the isolated severe side, so we'll have to keep a close eye on that in the days ahead. But that front's going to stall out to our south. You can see the Storm Prediction Center already beginning to monitor. It's on the radar, so to speak. 1 out of 5 risk for the threat of severe storms. But we see unsettled weather continue into Friday evening, into the overnight hours, and then we see that thunderstorm threat continue into the weekend. So we're going to continue to fine-tune the forecast. Timing and rainfall totals will be changing here in the days ahead, but we stay unsettled really Friday through the weekend with daily shower and storm chances and temperatures staying in the low 80s through the weekend.
Thank you, Chris. We're once again gearing up for the Bless Our Children campaign. Every year, Draper Media works to make the holiday season brighter for children across Delmarva. Now, the money raised goes to charitable groups who then buy Christmas presents, and right now we are accepting funding applications from those nonprofits through October 1st. All of the information is right here on your screen. Groups can apply at blessourchildren.org. Again, that application window will close on October 1st. The time is now 6:53 a.m. It is the best part of our morning because we are checking in with our coastal pet of the day, who is riding in style, Matt Pensick.
Yeah, we got Muttley on your screen. As you can see, Muttley contemplating life while looking out onto the water, and Muttley was submitted to us by Jerry and Laurel.
What a fun photo here we have of Muttley, definitely enjoying the sights here. We were commenting in our last hour how impressive it is, Jerry, that you must have trained Muttley to be able to sit in the basket of this.
I like that basket on that bike.
It's pretty
there,
impressive. Yeah. Better balance than you do. So
why would you say that?
I'm thinking
you have not seen me in a basket. So.
I don't want to see you in a basket.
I could have fantastic balance as far as you're concerned.
We're going to leave that to Muttley. We want to see more of your pets across Delmarva. You can send us photos, tell us what makes them so special to you if you take a look at your screen now.
Yeah, there's that QR code. Scan that, get your friends to us, and then watch weekdays 5 to 7 a.m. to see all the pets we feature. All right, we got one final check with Chris as we make our way on this Tuesday morning.
Yeah, we have fog to start this morning. That will give way to a mix of sun and clouds through the afternoon. Can't rule out an isolated thunderstorm this afternoon. We stay dry, sunny, very nice into Wednesday with a little lower humidity. And then watching for scattered showers. Some of the thunderstorms late Thursday could be on the strong to severe side. And then we stay unsettled right through the weekend.
Thank you, Chris, and thank you for joining us for Coast TV News today.
And the Today Show is coming up next at 7 a.m.
Then we'll be back for Coast TV News midday at 11.
And for even more news and coverage you can count on, grab your phone, go to that store, download our Coast TV News and weather apps, and have a great Tuesday morning, everybody.